Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's beauty blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. I am almost 48 years old and I've never used Botox, fillers, lasers, had any surgeries or plastic surgeries done on my face, my neck, or my chest. I also use beauty devices. My two favorite modalities are red LED light therapy, microcurrents, specifically by Neurotris, and I love to dabble into microneedling and microchanneling as well. So there's a little intro for you. Now, today's video is going to be about my daytime skincare routine. This is going to be repetitive for a lot of you, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm still getting questions like, when do I incorporate the DNA repair enzymes? You know, how are you using the Calecim products together in your daytime routine? And I find that instead of me just sitting here talking about a product and reviewing, is for you guys to see it in action and how I use it on my skin. And it's very helpful for you to see that. I also included my everyday makeup that I wear to work. It's just a really nice light makeup application. I'm not wearing foundation on my skin. I am just using the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 along with a little bit of the Color Science. This is the Natural Finish Pressed Foundation, and this is more like a setting powder. I use this for a setting powder for my Color Science Flex, and I also love it paired with the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 SPF for my workday makeup because I work in a medical office and I don't really like to be all done up when I go to work because it just doesn't fit the profile of my office. So every once in a while, I'll do a little bit of color on my eyes and wear some foundation, but I like to just, keep it, natural, work friendly, and enhance my natural features versus just getting all done up. I save that for evenings out and on the weekends, except for today. I wanted to show you how great the Neova Silk Sheer looks on the skin for everyday use if you don't like to wear foundation, but you want a little bit of something. I'm also testing the restorative cream from Calecim. My order came in and here's the sample. I have it on today. So far, I'm really liking it for my skin, but I've just tried it today. So I hope you guys like this video. Please give me a big thumbs up. It helps my channel when you like my videos and you comment. Leave me a flower emoji down below if you don't want to leave me a full comment, as we're almost on the brink of spring here. The weather's been nice here. It's been really nice and sunny and warm, and it's got me having spring fever. So I'm ready for all the pretty flowers. I'm ready for beautiful sunny blue skies and all that jazz that comes with spring. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna leave you here and I will see you in the next one. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Aloha everyone, and welcome to the demo of my morning skincare routine. So we're gonna get right into it. I just got out of the shower. I cleansed my skin in the shower and I used the Pre-Quilt cleanser as my cleanser. I cleanse my face as the last step in my shower after I've, done my body care, my hair care, and the last step is I cleanse my skin. So we're gonna go in with the Viktoria De Ann Pepti Lift here. This is a new bottle. And it's been just maybe about 5 minutes since I got out of the shower. I did my body care, which I'll show you. Oops, out of habit, I just started to apply Pepti Lift on my eyebrows. So the thing with the Viktoria De Ann Peptis and what makes these special is that they are bioactive. And what bioactive means is they're using ingredients and a delivery system that your body and your skin will recognize and utilize. And that's very important for peptides. If the delivery system is not bioactive and they're just using a sort of peptide that's not amino acids that your body will recognize, they'll work for about 3 weeks and then they stop working because your body doesn't recognize them. So it's just saying, hey, we're not going to use it. And in some cases, people will get irritation on their skin, or they just don't see any results with the peptides. Now, with Viktoria De Ann, there is a specific way that you have to apply them. If you don't follow the instructions on how to apply them, then you won't see results. And if you're layering too many products underneath them, you're not going to see results. That's why I always apply them first to my skin, even before my growth factor, because your growth factors have a larger molecule and they take time to penetrate into the skin. The Viktoria De Ann Peptides, they're a very watery serum, and since they do have a unique delivery system, they're just going to go penetrate right into the skin within 1 to 2 minutes and send that message on the particular peptide you're using. Like this is Lift. So Lift is going to bring that weaving of the collagen and elastin and hyaluronic acid back together and define facial contours. That's my empty bottle of Lift. Tone is a neuromodulator, and this one works on fine lines and wrinkles, especially in those areas where you have the repetitive movement and you get the dynamic wrinkles. There's another serum that's sort of like this on the market. It's a lot more expensive. It's called P-Tiox from Skin Ceuticals, but that one does contain alpha hydroxy acids in it. I mean, it is a gentle formulation, but for me personally, I don't want to be applying not hyaluronic acid, but alpha hydroxy acids on my skin every day, because if you exfoliate your skin every day, it's going to cause issues. I don't care what anybody says, exfoliating your skin will age you if you do it every single day or more than what you should. So there's some people out here who tell you to scrub your face every day, and it's awful. And you look at their skin, and they have a skincare brand and they're a master esthetician, and you could see that their skin is very thin. They've lost a lot of fat in their face because their skin condition is just not healthy. It's always in a constant state of inflammation, and the skin is getting burnt out after constantly trying to repair all that damage from overexfoliation, that it starts losing focus on your main concerns, which is fine lines and wrinkles, loss of elasticity, loss of skin density. So I hope that kind of clears some things up. So I'm getting ready to finish this tone too. I probably have maybe one more use in there after this. So that's why I apply my Viktoria De Ann Peptides first. Now with these Peptides, if you're using a product where the pH is 3 below or below 3, you want to apply those products first. That's going to be your acids, your absorbic acid, vitamin C, because if you apply it after, it's going to cancel out the Viktoria De Ann Peptides. And you just want to make sure that you apply them right, and then you will see the results with these Peptides. Okay, now that those Peptides are on, I am going to let this just soak into my skin for a little bit, and then we'll go into my next step. So for body care, I used the Neova Body Repair. This is a daily lotion with DNA repair enzymes and copper peptide complex plus vitamin E. I have been loving this. I just finished my first bottle because I'm only applying it to my arms. And then I started just applying it to the breast tissue all the way to like right here. And I apply it all right in through here, the back of my shoulder, the back of my neck, and my arms. And I'm seeing it do amazing things for the sun damage on my arms. Like I used to have all these spots on my arms with hypopigmentation, and I can't even really see them as much anymore. And the quality of my skin has changed dramatically. It feels a little bit more denser. It looks younger and fresher. So I have been loving this. For me, that is enough because I don't really like a lot of moisturizer on my arms to where it feels heavy and greasy, because then it gets all over the place. This is perfect, but if you have dry skin, you're going to want to probably layer like a body cream or a body oil over this after you've let it penetrate into the skin. I would say like maybe about like 5 or 10 minutes. Now I did pick up the Naturium Glow Getter body oil, and I have to say, I think I'm disappointed with this. Comes in a glass bottle, but the formula, I'm just not so sure yet. It has that sweet scent. It's the same sweet scent that's in their Glow Getter multi-oil body butter. I applied this to everywhere else on my body. Now, I love this for the winter time. I did purchase a backup of this. I'm almost done with this jar, but I will tell you that this on my bum doesn't work out so well because it's too heavy. My bum doesn't like body butters or oils. It likes like lotions because, you know, you're sitting down and stuff. And what happens is when I put this on my bum, I get breakouts. So I just put the BioLipid lotion on that. But I'm gonna try this out on my arms again today after we're done with skincare. All right, so now we're gonna go in with, I'm gonna take a little bit of the pink serum. So after 1 full week of using this twice a day and once for microneedling, now in the mornings what I'm doing is I'll take a little drop and I'll put it around my eyes, and then I take 2 drops, apply it into my Calecim multi-action cream, apply it to my skin like I'm gonna show you today. And then at night, I apply this directly to my skin. And this is how much I have left after a week. So we'll see. I may be able to get 3 weeks out of this, but I will keep you guys posted. So let me just go in with a little drop of this right now on my ring finger. And I didn't even take a full drop. I'm just taking like a half a drop. And then what I do is I apply this all around my eye area. Just work it in there. And I mainly do focus it on my hoods, and my skin just really absorbed that. So I have to go in for a little bit more for underneath my eyes. So 1 full drop. And then I apply it to my under eyes too, to help boost everything. Okay, because I really want my hoods to lift more. And I know if I focus on fascia work, that's going to help as well. Just like, you know, with your skin sagging, because when you get tight here in your sternum and your chest, your collarbones, your ribs, what happens is all that tissue, since it's so tense and tight, and if you don't release it, it starts pulling everything down. And if you have, you know, a lot of issues, like say with pain, muscle issues all throughout your body, your alignment's off, posture's off, this is all going to be affected. And how to work through that is to get in deep and work in your fascia, just so you guys know. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the MAC cream now. And this is how I apply this during the day. So I'm gonna take my pea-size amount and I'm gonna put it in my palm of my hand because I'm gonna mix 2 drops of the pink professional serum in this. And I'm gonna mix it with my finger. Okay. And here we go. Maybe too much. No, my skin's gonna absorb this because I'm applying this to my chest too, by the way. So just start spreading it on my skin like so. Okay, and then I may have just gotten just a tad bit too much, but that's okay. And I put this over my lips too, by the way. Now, you can use LED light over this too, by the way. You don't have to just do like what I did in my evening skincare routine, where I did the pink serum first and then applied the matte cream. I'm just testing it out. Applying 2 drops to the matte cream, you're gonna get way more use out of that pink serum. And if you want to save, because the pink serum, professional serum, is $100 for a 5 milliliter bottle. So, but I want to test it on my skin by itself in the evenings to see how it boosts, and I just really love the results. So, but maybe in a couple weeks I'll switch to applying the pink serum and the matte cream together, just like how I'm showing you right now. So now that this is all into my skin, I'm just going to press it in. And I want to tell you something, getting this right here in front of the ear is so important, because this area is often a place, like when it's exposed, that it shows aging. Like you'll see like a lot of wrinkles here and some like deep crevices, and that's a sign that your skin is starting to lose its elasticity. So, and mine looks so good. I really wish I would have gotten a focus of a picture of this for my before video, sorry. So I started intermittent fasting this week, and I'm doing a 16-hour fast, and then my eating period is 8 hours. So I stop eating at 7 p.m. at night, and then I don't eat again until 11 a.m. the next day. And it's given me so much energy. I'm really liking it, and I've lost 7 pounds, which is awesome. Okay, so this feels really good into my skin. Now, if you wanted to proceed with LED light therapy, you can. Just using it this way works really, really good. I was gonna do my LED light therapy today, but I'll save it maybe for later. So I'm gonna go in with the Calecim Eye Contour Lifting Serum. I'm just gonna grab a little bit just like that. This has like a peachy hue to it. And I'm gonna start applying this all the way around my eyes. And I'm gonna put it on my eyelids too, okay? And then I take what's left over, and apply it up towards the temples. So far, I have been really, really loving this eye cream. For me, it feels like it's enough for my eye area. I don't like to wear too thick of heavy creams on my eyes because they start getting into my eyes, but this feels pretty good so far. Now, one thing I forgot to do is close the lid of this. Now, next I'm going to go in with my DNA repair. So I was going to ask you guys if you want me to show you on how I would recommend if you wanted to use the Photozyme DNA Repair Serum with the Calecim. And what did I do with it? Where's my green rooibos toner? Well, I had it here, I thought. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, it's right in front of me. Here's the green rooibos toner. If you want me to show you a video on how I would recommend if you wanted to use all those with your LED light therapy, I will. With the Photozyme, I do have a little bit left. Now, I will probably switch out to this one after I'm done with my Neova Total DNA Repair to give this a try again. Now, since I had some serious skin issues with actinic keratosis, this is what my dermatologist recommended, and I went with it, and I love the Neova Total DNA Repair. However, you can't use this one with LED light therapy because it has shea butter in it, and oils and butters will block the LED lights from penetrating the skin, where the Photozyme doesn't. Now, this is probably going to be really nice for me in the summertime because it's not as heavy as the Neova. But with the Neova, I will say I do not like the packaging of this because you get quite a bit stuck at the bottom when you're done, and it's really tough to get out. I have to take one of those spatulas to get it out, and I just do not like that. I prefer the packaging of the Photozyme with the airless pump, and as you use it, this piece goes up and it pushes out all the product. It's just so much easier. So after I apply my Calecim products, that's when I go in with my DNA repair. So I prefer to apply my Viktoria De Ann peptides, my growth factors such as the Calecim, and then I go in with my DNA repair after that. So here it is. So as you can see, the Neova, it's a serum, but it's kind of like a lotion serum. So, and it does have that shea butter in it, and it has the camphor in it. And the camphor, the reason why they put camphor in it is because camphor has anti-itch properties and it's soothing. So if you have too much sun exposure, wind exposure, and your skin gets really, dry and itchy, or just sometimes has that itch as it's healing, the camphor and the DNA Total Repair really helps calm the skin. Okay, so there is my DNA Total Repair. Now I am just using this at night for right now because I'm using the Neova Dual Matrix Serum, which has DNA repair enzymes and a retinoid in the form of HPR. But I make sure I put the Total DNA Repair on during the day because it has all 3 DNA repair enzymes. One of them being the most important during the day is with Neova, it's called photosome, I think photolysome. And then in photozyme is called photolysase. Okay, those are the DNA repair enzymes that work by light. They're activated by light. Gosh, I'm having such a hard time talking today. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the Neova Power Defense. So this is an antioxidant serum with copper tripeptides. So this is sort of kind of like my vitamin C. It's my antioxidant protection. Now I did order the Crystal Retinol Serum in level 3 from Medic 8, and I did order their C Tetra Luxe serum to test out. I heard that one's kind of oily, so I'm kind of worried about it, but they have a 25% off sale right now. So I did it. I purchased them, and then when I run out of this and I run out of the Neova Dual Matrix Serum, I'm guessing it's probably going to be within the next month or so, I'm going to switch to the Medic 8 in place of this, the vitamin C. And then in place of the Dual Matrix, I'll use the Crystal Retinol Serum. And then I'm probably going to pick up some Photozyme and start using this probably twice a day. We'll see. I'm still thinking about it, but I like to let you guys know what I'm doing. So, all right. So since I'm not going to be wearing foundation or concealer today, I'm going to go in with this illuminating eye serum from Neova over the Calecim eye cream. And the reason being is when I'm just wearing sunscreen, like I'm going to wear the Silk Sheer 2.0 today, I like to put this under my eyes because it has light diffusing properties and it makes my under eyes look so good that I don't need to wear concealer. Okay, so I put that on, and now I got my order of the Calecim bundle deal with the pink serum, and here is the restorative hydration cream. So I figured let's try this. This is the deluxe sample that they sent me. So let's try this today. I want to see how this works on my skin because this is a moisturizer that I'm thinking about switching up to for my skin after I finish with the Neova moisturizers. Oops. Now this has a very slight sort of citrus scent to it. Now this has that limonene in it, and I'm just kind of curious how my skin is going to react to limonene in this. I don't know if they put a lot. If they put a lot, then it won't be a moisturizer for me because I will get very irritated from it, but it's nice to try it before I actually consider purchasing it because this is not a cheap product. And there's a lot of people that really, really like this too. So let's try it. I have probably maybe 2 or 3 uses of this. So I'll use it tonight too for my evening moisturizer. So it feels really good. My skin's absorbing it really, really well. And it just has a very slight sort of citrus, I would say sort of smells like a little bit of a lime scent to it. All right, that feels really, really good. So that is my morning skincare for right now. I still have to apply my sunscreen. So what I'm gonna do right now while I'm letting this absorb into my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and try the the Glow Getter body oil from Naturium. It's a pretty thick formula, and when I applied this last time, I just felt like it didn't spread that nicely onto my skin, but it does give it a really pretty glow, huh? Well, actually, maybe I do like this. Okay, I'm gonna go in with another pump. I'm just gonna start rubbing that into my skin. Oh, we'll see how it goes through this video of how I like this, how it feels on my skin. I do like the glow that it gives. So this would probably be really pretty during tank top season and short season, dress season on the legs. All right, so I'm going to go and wash my hands and then I'll be back. And we're gonna apply my sunscreen and do a little bit of light makeup. I'm gonna show you my everyday makeup look that I wear to work. It's so simple and easy, and I think you guys will really I'm back. I got a little bit flushed from rubbing that body oil into my arms. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0. This is an SPF 40, and it has DNA repair enzymes, and it has ergothioneine in it, I believe, which is an antioxidant. But this is both a mineral and a chemical sunscreen, and it has like this slight peachy tint to it. With a photo finish, this is a beautiful makeup primer, and it's beautiful on its own too. Now, I wear this to work, and when I wear it, I don't wear any foundation. I do put a Color Science mineral pressed foundation over it, just to help with like any kind of oil control, and it just gives me just a little bit more coverage to help hide any like flushing that I get in the skin, because when I get hot, when I laugh, I get embarrassed, I get bright red in my face and my cheeks, and having that little bit of extra coverage works. So this is beautiful under foundation too, but I will tell you, if you have dry skin, you want to make sure you prep your skin really well, even if you have dehydrated skin, because I notice if I'm dehydrated or it's cold and dry out, that if I don't have enough moisturizer underneath this or hydration, that my skin can have a tendency to feel just a tad bit dry. But this sunscreen is so beautiful. It is definitely one of my favorites. And I do put just a tad bit underneath my eyes too. So, oops, I just got it a little bit too close. Now, I don't have any issues of this, like causing any burning, stinging or watering of my eyes. All right, so there we go. So as you can see, it just evened out my complexion, and the tint is just a really light tint. It just kind of blurs out the skin a little bit, kind of gives it like this perfect blurred look. This is great under foundation. It's great by itself if you just want to throw something on, but you don't want like a full-on makeup application. So next we're gonna go in with the CL. This is the Bronze and Protect SPF 50 Bronzing Drops, okay? So I like to apply this as I would a bronzer. And I do it 1 drop at a time. I take 1 drop, and this is in the shade, I believe 1. Yeah, bronze 1. Here it is. And these are very concentrated. And what I do is I take my Nikki LaRose, this is her N17 foundation brush, and I take the lighter fiber side and I get the bronzing drops on there, work it into the brush, and that's what it looks like. And then I start tapping it around the areas where I want some bronze. I need a mirror because I can't see. So I have this LED light mirror that I use for the lighting in here, because if I didn't have this on, it would be too dark and you wouldn't be able to see anything on camera. So I took another drop and I'm working it back into that brush. And then I'm just going to kind of start applying this around my face. And we're using this as a bronzer, but you can use these to also darken your foundation. So I have the CL skin tint, and I have the shade light medium, and I feel like it's too light for me. And I tried the medium shade and I felt it was just slightly too dark for me. So I still haven't tried working these bronzing drops into it to darken the foundation, but I will do that soon to test it out and hope that it works, so I don't have to buy another color of the skin tint. So as you can see, that gave me a really nice bronze, and these do have a slight sort of luminosity to them. I'm very curious to try the new Westman Atelier bronzing drops, because they're a matte formulation and they look so pretty on the skin from the videos that I've tried. But this is really pretty too. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but as you can see, there is some slight luminosity to it. So there's my bronze. Now I'm just gonna wipe this off so I don't get it all over the place. Now next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a light layer of the Charlotte Tilbury airbrushed flawless setting powder, and I'm going to take the Nikki LaRose N14 brush, and I'm going to put a light layer of this just on my lids, and we're just going to do a quick little eyeshadow look. Now I have 3 new eyeshadow palettes that I picked up. One of them I do not really care for the formula. I was really disappointed in it, but the other 2 I love. Now, as you see, probably have seen Natasha Denona just came out with her Bloom palette. I'll put it up right here. I was so excited for this palette, but because it's a pink palette, but then when they swatched it, it looks more like peach, and it reminds me a lot of I Need a Warm, but it's got more pinky peach colors in it. Now I'm gonna see, before I pick that up, right now it's a no, but what I'm doing is, instead of me just purchasing it, I do have some points to where I could get it, you know, pretty decently priced, but I don't know if I would wear it, so I wanna see some reviews on it before I pick it up. So the palettes that I picked up are the Viseart Violette Endu, I think it is, palette right here. I picked up the Viseart Paris palette. This is the Pro, and this is all mattes, and I love this because this is like a cool neutral undertone with some purples and some pinks and some mauves in here of all mattes. This is like my dream matte palette. Now, these are my first Viseart palettes, and I have been playing around with them, and I absolutely love this formula. What is very nice about this is that this formula is so great for beginners or anyone who is not, you know, very good at applying eyeshadow. These are forgivable. What I love about these formulas is they're great for mature skin, especially their shimmer formulas. They look so pretty. They last all day and they don't crease on me, which is great because normally all my other eyeshadows, if I just apply powder to my eyes, just like what I did, they don't usually apply to the skin very well and they will still crease. Now, the other palette that I got, we're gonna use the Viseart Violette palette today for a quick look, but I picked up one of the new Charlotte Tilbury palettes in Electric Lilac. Now, I'm disappointed in this. This is not the best formula that I have ever used, and I think it's overpriced for what it is. This is the color story that spoke to me, although I did like the pink one too, but it was a little bit warm and it reminded me of Pillow Talk. And the other ones just weren't my jam, but this one spoke to me because I am a sucker for, you know, pinks and lilacs, purples, mauves, and berries. And so this, I just would say it's okay, but I don't think it's worth $60. So I would recommend the Viseart Violette and Dew palette. And here that is. I love this because you got purples, you got a little bit of pink in there, you got some purple browns, you got some neutral browns in here, and the shimmers are just gorgeous. So this is a beautiful palette, and I love the size of these too. The new palettes don't come with a mirror, by the way. It's a little bit of a different packaging. So we're gonna go in with this palette, do a quick look for you guys really quick. What did I do with my brush? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Nikki LaRose N13 brush, and I'm gonna grab this really light sort of tan color. I cannot read the color of this. I'm so sorry. So I'm just gonna grab some of this on my brush, and I'm gonna put this in my crease contour. Now this is a matte shade, and it's kind of beigeish, brownish. Great transition shade for me, but I love how this formula is so smooth and so silky, and the way it blends into the eyes. It's so easy to work with, and it's like a flawless formula. I don't know why we don't see more people talking about Viseart palettes. They used to be carried at Sephora, but Sephora does not carry them anymore. So for work, I just like to do very light makeup because I work in a medical office. And I like to stick with neutral makeup that's pretty light. Okay, so now we're gonna go into I'm going to go into this really pretty sort of plummy brown color here. I'm going to take this Angie A502 brush, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of this, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner of my eye. Such a pretty plummy brown color. And I'll put it a little bit on the outer crease too. So these Viseart palettes are $44. You could pick them up from Viseart Direct. If you are a first time buyer from Viseart, you can sign up and they'll send you a 10% off coupon for your first order. You can pick them up from Beautylish too, but I think Beautylish is pretty much sold out of everything. I'm really impressed with the pigmentation, the blendability of these. So good, guys. Okay. Now I'm going to go over this and blend out that plummy brown into my crease just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with this very pretty sort of, I don't know what to call this. It's kind of like a gray lavender shimmer, and I'm gonna apply this to my lower, or I'm sorry, my movable eyelid from the inside of the corner and a little bit over that outer lid shade. Such a beautiful shimmer. Their shimmers don't enhance any crepiness or wrinkles that you have on the eye. They just look so smooth. So smooth, and they apply beautifully with a brush too, which I love, instead of having to use my finger. And this is a rougher 28 brush that I'm using. It's a flat tip brush. So this is just a nice little wearable sort of neutral, I would say neutral plummy berry color. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this right here, kind of blend that shimmer and that matte together on the lid. And that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. This palette, so gorgeous. Love. Viseart is my new favorite eyeshadow brand, by the way. I am just so in love with these two palettes, and I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I just love the packaging too. It's so easy to travel with. It's not big and bulky. You also don't get confused when you look at those palettes or feel overwhelmed like you do like a Natasha Denona mini palette or a Huda Beauty palette. So that is really nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Color Science. This is the Natural Finish Press Foundation, and this is medium sunlight. So this does have an SPF of 20 in it. So I'm just going to take this Sephora Pro Powder 59 brush, and I load my brush up with this. Now I have to tell you, when I use this with the Color Science Flex to set it, it does get hard panned really easily, but not with my Neova. So I'm just going to apply a light layer of this all over. And as you can see, it took down some of that bronziness. Now this doesn't really give you any coverage. This is very light. To me, it's kind of like a luminous setting powder. So there's that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my brows really quick. And I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Volumizing Brow Gel in taupe. And just put a little layer of this throughout my brows. My brows are kind of funky the last couple of days, so they're not really behaving like how I want them to do. They're kind of having a mind of their own. It's the ends that are being funny. Okay. With these Anastasia tinted brow gels, you have to be careful with your application. It's not really like a quick application, just depending on the color, because they are quite pigmented. So you have to be careful where you place them. Otherwise, they don't blend into the eyebrows as well. So this eyebrow right over here is just being too funky. I don't know what's going on there. It's like I got a calic there now. Should probably do some fascia work and it will help the hairs, because I haven't worked in my brows with block therapy for a little bit. So I probably should do that, and then they'll probably lay better, because you know that your fascia can affect, you know, calics and stuff in your hair and in your eyebrows. So I do need to blend this one out just a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna go in with blush. So I do have a new blush. I picked up the e.l.f. Camo blush, and I picked up the shade Bold Face Lilac. Now this is a good liquid blush formulation. I would say it's a tad bit thicker than what I like, But the color is very similar to this one from Armani, which is, I think it's shade 62, which it's that delicate mauve. It's the same exact color. I thought this was gonna lean more towards that lilac shade, but it's more of a deeper rosy pink, where Ube Cream from Huda Beauty leans more of that sort of light pinky lilac shade, where this one is more of a delicate mauve color. Now I did order the new 3 colors of the Huda Beauty blushes. Those are shipping to me on their way. I had some Huda Beauty points. So a little bit of this goes a long way, and I actually like to apply this to my hand first. Actually, let me show you this side by side with the Armani Delicate Mauve, or I think it's called Delicate Mauve. So here's the Armani Luminous Cheek Tint in number 62, which I believe is Delicate Mauve. And then here is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Soft Bold Face Lilac. And as you can see, this one looks a little bit more like pinky leaning, where this one's a little bit more lilac leaning, but they both look exactly the same on the cheeks. So I'm just gonna take my BK Beauty, this is the 112 brush, and I'm just going to blend that blush into my hand and get it on the brush. And then I'm going to start applying that to the cheeks. So this is a really good liquid blush formula for those of you who are looking for an affordable option. It's really, really pretty. It's not as blurring as the Huda Beauty blush filters, but it's got really good pigmentation. It looks beautiful on the skin. It lasts all day. And it's only like $7. So there it is. Maybe if I blend this one out. To me, they look the same on my cheeks, but as you can see, this one's a little bit more pink, and this is definitely more lilac, but it gives me more of that rosy tint to the skin. So let's wipe those off before they stain my hand. But overall, pretty good formula. I really think it's really, really pretty. I just wish it leaned a little bit more purpley versus pink on me. So I'm just going to take that powder brush that I used for the Color Science minerals and just go over it a little bit just to take down the shine. Now I'm gonna go off camera and I am gonna go do my hair really quick, and I'll come back for the final look. But first I'm gonna go in with my Atour Definitive Lip Treatment. So I'm just gonna put a little layer of this on. Use it more as a serum. And then I'm gonna layer the Osmosis Superfood Lip Oil over the top of it for some more moisture. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'll come back with mascara on and we'll talk about these products. Okay, so here is my final look. Do you see how plump and juicy my skin looks? Looks so good, right? No foundation. Well, I mean, we do have a peach tint in here, and this is more like a tinted setting powder versus a powder foundation. But I love this combo together. So if you're my shade twin, I have the shade Medium Sunlight, and this looks good on me in the summer too. This is what I use to apply over the Color Science Flex to set it, and then I just apply it over the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0. And then how I reapply my sunscreen during the day is I have the Color Science Brush On Minerals in the shade Medium, and it's an SPF 50, and then I just use that to reapply my sunscreen, and it works great. It doesn't disrupt my makeup or anything like that. But this blush, I would say the color, I'm not really that, you know, big of a fan of it. Like I said, I wish it was a little bit more lilac leaning versus this rosy pink, because I have so many of these colors already, but I do really like this formula. So this is a winner for me. These Ciel bronzing drops are absolutely gorgeous. They have an SPF of 50 in it, and it is a mineral sunscreen. I really love the Ciel makeup products. Their blushes are really pretty. So all the liquid products have an SPF of, I think 50. Wait, I think the concealer's SPF 50, the bronzing drops are SPF 50. I think the blushes are SPF 30. Nope, they're SPF 50. I think it's the Sculpt and Protect stick. That is SPF 30, and then so is their finishing or setting powder. That is SPF 30. I would say this concealer is not my favorite concealer. It is a little bit thick, and it can be a little bit drying on the skin. If you have if you need full coverage concealer, you will really, really like this. But if you're someone who doesn't like a full coverage concealer, then you probably won't like this. I'm just on the fence of it. Maybe I have the wrong color, but it's just okay. But the nice thing about this is that it does have that SPF 50. So their products are really, really lovely. Definitely would recommend trying these. I have the shade Bronze 1, and I'm very tempted to try the Westman Atelier new bronzing drops too, because those look pretty. And like I said, I like that they have a matte finish, not a luminous finish. But the luminous finish in these is really pretty. It's very subtle on the skin. These definitely are way more pigmented than the Makeup by Mario. What is it? The skin enhancing fluid, I think it is. I would recommend this over the Makeup by Mario. Now, this Calecim Restorative Hydration Cream. So far, I love the way that this feels on my skin and the way that my makeup, my sunscreen applied over this. So we'll see. I'm going to test this until it's gone. And then this will be my deciding factor of after I finish my Neova creams, I'll go into my Isden creams, and then after I finish those, I'll decide if I'm gonna go to the Calecim Restorative Hydration Cream or back to the Neova creams. So I'll keep you posted, because I really like the Neova creams for my skin. And with having the DNA repair enzymes and the copper tripeptides, these would be ideal for me to use in the summertime. It's just that I want to try a different moisturizer too, right? So I'm trying. Now with the Illuminating Eye Serum from Neova, I do like this more so for when I'm not going to wear a concealer around my eyes. Just like today, it works great. You know, I just put a little bit of the Silk Sheer underneath my eyes, and I did not put any powder underneath here. So as you can see, it kind of diffuses the darkness underneath my eyes. So this is really good to pair with the Neova Silk Sheer if you don't want to wear any concealer. Now, we all know how I feel about the other Calecim products, so we don't need to go over those. But these Viseart palettes, oh my gosh, so gorgeous. I love it. Now, this Paris Matte one does not have the colors listed on the packaging, but it is so, so pretty, guys. If you love cool tones and you love, you know, purples, pinks, lavenders, lilacs, you will love this matte palette. It is so gorgeous. So this is the new Viseart packaging, by the way. Now there isn't any mirror in this one, and oh yeah, that's right, it doesn't have the Violette palette has the plastic sheet that you put over this. This just sort of has this wax paper thing that you put over the colors, and you can take it off if you want. And then it is a magnetic closure. Now they said that they did this to make it more eco-friendly, but the thing is, make it eco-friendly without the mirror, but you still have magnets in here, and that's not eco-friendly. So I would prefer a mirror, because what I look for in my palettes, this one is the old packaging, and it does have a mirror in it here. And that's really nice for traveling, that you can just dip in there. But see, this one has the plastic sheet. And this is the Violet. I think it's Editindu. I cannot speak French, so I cannot pronounce it correctly, but look at how gorgeous this palette is. I love it. It's wood. I'm wearing some of the shades in it today, as I showed you guys. But yes, if you guys haven't tried Viseart, I highly recommend looking into them, because this is a beautiful eyeshadow brand, and I definitely would like some more palettes from them. They have a lot of pretty color stories. And if they have a sale, that would be a really good time to get it. But I will tell you, their palettes sell out just like that. So if you find one that you like and it's a new release, I would jump on it. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you want me to do a video and showing you how to layer your growth factors and your DNA repair enzymes to use with LED light therapy. I can do that for you, because we are a tutorial channel here. And I know a lot of times my videos are repetitive, but I get so many questions after I do a video on how to apply, you know, certain products with this and that. So that's why I do these videos, so that you can find that they're helpful. So I hope that you found it was helpful. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. I hope to be back maybe tomorrow, Monday, for a microcurrent treatment. I would love to do a Jane Man Professional Lift microcurrent treatment. My favorite treatment to use with that device on my skin. So stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and if I don't see you, have a beautiful week ahead, and I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mahalo!